All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. Look, man, I got to talk about Demetrius Andrade and Canelo in this 160-pound division. It's not a big popular conversation to have amongst my subscribers because, quite honestly, Canelo Alvarez is not the most popular person in the world amongst my subscribers, and neither is Demetrius Andrade. But when Demetrius Andrade chastised Canelo Alvarez for a garbage excuse for why he won't fight him, I think that I need to make the video because Demetrius Andrade is absolutely positively correct. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, hit that bell icon. Also, thank you so much to everybody that joined the channel. Please feel free to join the channel. Help us support the cause that we have the channel for. We support youth sports programs, and we've also begun to support and sponsor young professional boxers, not manage them or promote them, but just give them the resources that they need to help them to prepare for their fights so that they can get their career on and moving. If you know how this stuff works for up and coming fighters, it can be an expensive proposition if you're not funded by a major promoter. So that's what we're doing with this join button down there. So I would hope that you would join at one of the levels. Also, man, thank you guys so much to the Patreon for coming and supporting the channel. Also, everybody that comes to the live streams, please come to the live stream Sundays, 8 a.m. with my partner, Blood Boxing, Curtis Anderson, Trap House Boxing, and KQKC, the singing OG. Let's get into this. Demetrius Andrade is the WBO 160-pound champion, former 154-pound titleist, one of the best amateurs in the U.S. program has produced in a while, an undefeated fighter, very talented fighter, southpaw, slick fighter, can give anybody trouble, and somebody that Canelo Alvarez called boring. Now, man, Demetrius Andrade responds to him and says, okay, I'm boring. Was Rocky Fielding exciting? Pointing to the blatant hypocrisy where you say that Demetrius Andrade is boring, but you fight guys like Rocky Fielding. You fought guys like Liam Walsh. Not every person you've ever fought is some super exciting fighter. But regardless, Demetrius Andrade is a champion. And Demetrius Andrade is somebody that Canelo Alvarez should fight because it will provide closure as to who the best 160-pound fighter is. And it doesn't seem like Canelo Alvarez is interested in proving that he's the best 160-pound fighter because he keeps moving all over the place, fighting people in different weight divisions, and these guys that he's fighting in different weight divisions are not necessarily challenges to him. Kovalev, I'm just going to leave all the conspiracy stuff. I'm not going to call it a conspiracy theory. I'm just going to call it like the obvious that Sergey Kovalev is not he's not the Crusher Kovalev. He'd already been knocked out 2 times. He was clearly already a vulnerable person. He's on the tail end of his career. And Kovalev himself said that when he walked into that ring against Canelo Alvarez, he knew that it was impossible for him to win. So I don't know what that means exactly, what he meant by that exactly, but he was wearing sunglasses and got a ton of money for a fight that he lost that he didn't believe he had a chance to win in the first place. But regardless, getting on Canelo has entered into this super duper prima donna stage of his career where he doesn't believe, nor should he believe, based on what you see certain sanctioning bodies do, that the rules of boxing apply to him at all. So on one hand, you have him saying that Demetrius Andrade is boring, so he doesn't want to fight him. Well, what about Jermall Charlo? Jermall Charlo's not boring. Jermall Charlo is somebody that just fought, God, what is this dude's name? Dennis Hogan, and he literally knocked that dude's head over heels backwards. Jermall Charlo has a knockout win against a unified 154-pound titleist in Julian J. Rock Williams. Jermall Charlo is a knockout artist. He's not boring at all. Quite exciting. Quite exciting. To the contrary, right? To the contrary, he's very, very exciting. So one guy's too boring. What's the excuse for Jermall Charlo? He's not done enough. But Rocky Fielding has done enough, and Liam Walsh is exciting. What is Amir Khan? What was Amir Khan? Was Amir Khan particularly exciting? I guess he was. He was exciting when Breeders' Prescott knocked him out. Yeah. He was also exciting when Danny Garcia knocked him out. So yeah, I guess, maybe Amir Khan was exciting. And I guess he did accomplish some things like being knocked out at 135 pounds and knocked out at 140 pounds and having lost to Lamont Peterson before Canelo Alvarez fought him. Look, this stuff is, I was a fan of Canelo Alvarez because I believe Canelo Alvarez can fight, okay? The guy can fight. I'm not saying that I know that, he's ducking Demetrius Andrade because Demetrius Andrade, he doesn't believe that he can beat Demetrius Andrade. I'm not saying that Canelo Alvarez is not fighting Jermall Charlo because Canelo Alvarez is not fighting Jermall Charlo because he doesn't think that he can beat Jermall Charlo. He very well may believe that he can beat both those guys. I'm saying he's not fighting the guys because he's not fighting the guys. And the purpose of boxing and being a champion is to defend your belt against all comers, not to defend your belt against a guy that I don't want to defend my belt against him because I don't like the color of his shoes. I don't want to defend against that guy because I don't like his style and I won't get enough cheers from the crowd. The crowd might boo because I can't hit him and he won't stand there right in front of me. So I don't want to fight him because I don't like that. I don't want to fight this guy because I don't want to fight guys from Mexico anymore. He's too close. He lives too close to my mom. And if I beat him up, then his mom is going to be mad at my mom. And then my mom is not going to get invited to this. We're not going to get invited to the Christmas dinner. And it's just going to be all nasty. So I don't feel like doing any of that. So, that's not what a champion does, man. A champion is supposed to fight any and all comers, the people that are qualified to fight him. The people have earned the position to fight him. And that's not what Canelo Alvarez is doing. Canelo Alvarez dropped his WBC belt because he didn't want to fight Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo was a mandatory. So all this conversation that people have about what did Jermall Charlo do in order to deserve a fight, all that goes out the window. What he did was get named the #1 contender for Canelo Alvarez for the WBC belt. That's what he did, and he deserved the champion. He deserved the shot because of it. And Canelo Alvarez didn't want to give it to him. He doesn't want to give it to him as a voluntary, and he doesn't want to give it to him as a mandatory. Because the truth of the matter is, Canelo Alvarez could fight Jermall Charlo as a voluntary. He didn't even have to be mandated. When you duck a mandatory, when you refuse to fight a mandatory, it's like a double duck. Because not only did you choose not to fight the guy on your own volition, on your own free will, with nobody asking you to do it, you also, when somebody told you needed to do it, you said no. So that's a double whammy when you duck out of a mandatory. And that's what Canelo Alvarez did. On the Demetrius Andrade side of it, that's a champion. Canelo Alvarez isn't the 160-pound champion. He is a 160-pound title holder who will not fight, by the way, the WBO guy. He won't fight the WBC mandatory in Jermall Charlo, so he wouldn't fight his mandatory. He also got stripped of the IBF because he wouldn't fight Sergey Deverenchenko. He wouldn't fight a mandatory there. And he can say, well, I didn't know. I was surprised by, well, go fight him then. If you got surprised, if you were surprised, fight him. That ain't hard. Fight him. Fight him. Hey, man, look, I'm going to fight Sergey Deverenchenko because somebody thought I ducked him. I'm going to fight him. That's what Deontay Wilder did with Luis Ortiz. He said, oh, somebody thought I knocked the dude out all right. You thought that I was dazed and they allowed me to get over in that fight. So, hey, I'm going to fight him again. I'm going to fight him my own free volition. You don't have to mandate that. Deontay Wilder did that with Tyson Fury. Oh, you think Tyson Fury won? He doesn't have to fight Tyson Fury. He's fighting Tyson Fury because people said that they believe Tyson Fury beat him. So he's like, no, okay, I'm going to do it on my own free will. That's what a champion does. That's not what Canelo Alvarez is doing. And that's why I've been so disappointed in Canelo Alvarez over the last year and a half. And that's beside this computerall thing and the obviousness of his physical, of the incredibly unlikely physical development of this guy. It's just what it is. And I was a big Canelo Alvarez fan. But look, man, I'm a huge fan of Deontay Wilder. If I saw Deontay Wilder walk into the ring for the fight with Anthony Joshua, for a fight, the rematch with Tyson Fury, and he walks in that ring at 260 pounds of pure fucking muscle, I'm gonna wonder what's going on. Hold on, man, you just weighed 220. You just weighed 220. Where'd the extra 40 pounds of muscle come from like that? You know what I mean? I'd be questioning it too. But anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.